Greetings, it's June 30th, 9 p.m., and I was sent several photos of an ominous looking sky that moved over from the coast through the Interlakes area and up towards Prince George. This foretold of lightning strikes. Here we are looking at a satellite image of the fires at Pavilion and at Sparks Lake. We can see those smoke bands in the center of the screen moving northward, and here's the lightning map. It started south of Vancouver Island, moved up into the central interior, and has moved onward towards Prince George. There are literally thousands of strikes. They're concentrated in a few areas of concern. Here's the Interlakes area. You can see there's maybe 150 strikes on this map. And then we move up towards Prince George and points east. And you can see this is a real-time map and just thousands of strikes up there. The wind conditions should have died down throughout much of BC. There's a lot of meandering flow in there. Wind directions are changing and shifting, but with those strikes, they may pop up as spot fires over the next few days. So that's something to watch for. We're jumping over to DRIVEBC. This is Highway 1 between Boston Bar and Spence's Bridge. It's been closed. There is an interface fire that's affecting Lytton right now. The highway is closed in this area, so you'll want to go to DRIVEBC, check your routes. This is infrared yesterday from the George Road fire, and earlier today there has been infrared appearing on both sides of the Fraser. There are reports from individuals that structures are on fire in Lytton at the time. So if you need to go anywhere, check out if the route is accessible and what detours you will have to make. Remember that the infrared can be off as much as a kilometer, so we may not exactly be seeing where fires are located, but they're in that general region. You'll want to bookmark the BC Wildfire page. Keep up to date on what's happening in your area. With the lightning passing through, there may be a delay before it shows up on infrared. Weather conditions and cloud cover, they can obscure infrared. So check at the BC Wildfire Service interactive map. Make sure that you know what's going on in your area. And we can see here along the central coast and towards the Interlakes area, up towards Prince George, there are indications of fires breaking out. I'm catching some word that the area around Lone Butte is under evacuation alert, and that could extend south beyond 70 Mile House. Let's go over to the Fire Information Resource Management System, or FIRMS. The link is below. And you can see here there's not a lot of infrared that's new in the last 24 hours popping up yet. It can be delayed, it can smolder for a while and then show up as a wildfire later. But we can take a look at the fires we have been tracking over at McKay Creek near Pavilion and Sparks Lake. The BC Wildfire Service has expanded the evacuation alert area to the north and west of Sparks Lake. And if we zoom in on the infrared, now we're looking at McKay Creek around Pavilion. We can see there's slight expansion to the north and west, and it appears to have gone past Little Leon Creek. Those wind gusts from earlier in the afternoon, they have an effect on the fire. They push things north. Here we're looking at Sparks Lake in the area heading towards Deadman Vedette Road, and it's backed up right to the valley. And I'll just turn on the satellite imagery, and there's the plumes of smoke that are heading north, and that's flowing over the Interlakes area. So if smoke and cloud cover begin to accumulate, it will affect the reliability of infrared, but I'll keep checking back on the MODIS system, the VWIRS, and see if new infrared is showing up in these areas of concern. Just remember, all the links will be in the description below. Check them out yourself. The key is to get multiple sources of information so you can verify and make a plan for yourself of where you have to travel and what you have to prepare for. We're now looking at an image from Windy. This is showing the forecast of precipitation over the area. Where can we expect there to be rain or moisture gathering? It looks to be accumulating on the eastern half of the province and then building up in the north coast and in the central interior. Hopefully that's favorable precipitation without a lot more lightning. Now we're just jumping over to DRIVEBC again, just to remind you to check the routes. We have indication of road closures in the Sparks Lake area and south towards Lake Tonquah, south of Kamloops Lake. Also, the road closure on Highway 1 from Boston Bar all the way up to Spence's Bridge. Very concerned about what's going on in Lytton right now. I'm catching word that it is an interface fire, that structures have been affected, there's an evacuation order, and that crews are being dispatched from Ashcroft to help out. I want to thank you all for watching and to remind you that this is to provide you with the resources to find out information for yourself, to go to the firm site, to go to BC Wildfire, to go to DRIVEBC, and to check out Windy so that you have the information and the data to make a decision if you have to move, change locations based on wind, weather conditions, and where the fire line is. So look out for each other, check in on your neighbors, make sure they're aware, and prepare ahead of time. This is an active wildfire season. Be safe, keep your nose to the breeze.